killing the white farmers, their wives, their children, even their dogs. And, he realized that the world was listening, and he kind of quietened down after that, but he was basically sending them after him, after these people. I think the history of the Boers is that they were escaping persecution when they settled in that land. And their background was Christian. And anyway, I asked the Lord what to do, because obviously I think about 50 of them moved to the United States and were welcomed, and all except for the leftists who didn't want to see any white people coming here. Invasion of white people, my goodness. These were true refugees. The people that have been coming aren't true refugees. They just wanted to come here, basically, and they wanted as many of them to invade as possible, so they would vote for them. So this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But anyway, it is a constant persecution against these people. And I was told by an angel, I'm gonna be careful how I say things, and I'm not gonna say everything, okay? But I was told by an angel, and I do have angels talk to me quite regularly, that they took this president out over the Atlantic, and some others with him. And the Lord threatened him there. He showed them the sharks. They were in shark-infested water. They showed him the sharks. And they gave him a threat from the Lord. I'm talking about the angels did. And he knew. I asked the angel, did he know you were angels? Oh yes, he knew we were angels. And told him that if he destroyed his people, he was going to be destroyed. And he's looking at the method. So basically, I think this probably motivated the man. I'm going to tell you something else you may not believe, but it won't make any difference. It's still going to be true. They brought 50 of the Boers or Boers, I don't know exactly how to pronounce them, but into the country. And of course, some people rose up and were very angry, which is kind of stupid. Their life was being threatened, obviously. And President Trump did what he was supposed to do. So I did talk to President Trump. Some people say, no, you're not talking to President. Oh, yes, I am. I did talk to President Trump. And I asked President Trump, I said, President Trump, do you think you could make an agreement with this man instead of them killing him? Because he was vocally saying it to lots and lots of people, and they were all jumping up and down, celebrating the death of these white farmers. This happened before. And a lot of people almost starved to death. Maybe some people did starve to death because the farmers were the ones that knew how to do this, okay? And President Trump, immediately liked the idea, and he went to talk to this president. And so I spoke to him later. I said, President Trump, was he cooperative? He said, oh, he was very cooperative. So then I told him what happened. Oh, he was highly motivated. And they did make a deal of some kind. I don't know what it is. I don't waste President Trump's time very much. I do talk to him every once in a while. But anyway, he got a deal with them. I'm not sure, that this motivation wasn't enough to calm people down, because he said he was going to go out there and try to reverse the damage that he's done. I'm not quoting him. This is a paraphrase. So, at any rate, that may be enough. But also, he made a deal with him before anybody killed anybody. They would take him over here. They were welcomed. The 50 that came were welcomed, very well, very nicely. And they're going to help them fit in, And they could do that with more of them, rather than let these people kill them because of their hatred for them. And of course, it's being stirred up from the top of the government on down. So, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but President Trump has been shaking the hands of a lot of people that would have normally been our enemies. And they all smile at him, shake his hand, give him gifts, things like this. You say, what's going on? Netanyahu is furious with him because he's shaking hands with a lot of his enemies. But then Netanyahu is Khazarian, and he has been very murderous lately against civilians and even children, killing children, giving orders to kill children. You say, oh, no, not that. Yes, oh, yes. And recently, in order to stop a war, what is the thing about stopping wars right now? Well, the thing is, they're getting ready to do the whole Nasara Jasara thing, QFS thing, new deal. And part of that is that nation cannot be in a war if they're going to partake of this. And we're talking about a lot of money and a worldwide unity as far as economy. One economy, pretty much. And so one of the reasons that these people smile at Trump when he shakes their hand and they shake his and they give him gifts and all these things, I'm talking about people who have supported terrorists against us and against Israel. That's one reason Netanyahu is so angry.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.